Hi, I'm Marge, and this is Imagine Over 50. And if you need to, just contact us on Imagine Over 50 on Facebook, or you can just simply email me at imagineover50 at gmail.com. Now, today is really going to be about your self esteem. Mm-hmm. I will be turning over 60. I will be turning 60, really, in October. And, while birthdays are, of course, fantastic and logical and wonderful, but when you don't have a job, can become unsettling, couldn't it? Um, I don't dread being over 60, but what I do dread is not having a steady income coming in. Yes, I have severance until December, but I'm looking into the future. Really and truly, I'm looking into the future. You know, when you lose your job, your life of what you could ask yourself, oh, what is it do I want to do? When you meet up a stranger, hi, how are you? Um, what's your occupation? Oh, I'm unemployed. I'm gainfully unemployed and I love every moment of it. And no, I don't. But I have been doing some things that I've always wanted to do. I've started a travel agency, but as much as I enjoy learning about places and people and seeing new things, it's still like I feel like I'm on a marathon and not on a sprint. It just I want to start getting customers, and so far it's just not working out for me right now. But that's okay. I am learning a lot. I am putting out applications for other broadcasting jobs because I'm used to it. I do my own editing, so if people want something, I can edit something together and charge a freelance fee, and we go from there. There you go. There's something to do. But I recently got my business cards for my business. I hope this is not upside down. There you go. That's my website for the business for the travel agency. I'm excited to get somebody, started on their dream vacation or their bucket list or whatever. When you're over 60, you're not ready to retire. At least I'm not. I don't even know what retirement looks like, you know? You can sit around and do nothing. Nope. Sorry, that's not for me. So, how do you write your own story? What is your story? Are you a romantic? You're into poetry? Are you a romance? Or maybe you're a comedian and you just don't know it, you know? I just figured, while you are out and in between wanting to find yourself and finding a new job, maybe you could journal. Write your story if you need to. This one nice thing is about a journal. You can get everything all out and you're not irritating people where you think you are. But it is fearful when you go and you apply for jobs after jobs after jobs and you're getting, oh, sorry, we're not welcoming you back. And I actually put in another application in with my previous job. Of course, they told me, nope, sorry. So I am kind of glad that I think that chapter's finally finished and I should be moving on to other things. But this podcast is because it's called Imagine Over 50. And I believe your imagination skill could be a superpower. And you just didn't know it. Even now, I can imagine going to Africa. I can see myself going to New Zealand or Switzerland or going on a cruise somewhere, which I am doing in November. But, it's called How to Write Your Own Story, Now, On my cruises that I have been on, when I would do a solo, because my husband couldn't go for some reason or other, I would go on my own, and everyone's like, "Oh, I can't believe you're out one on your own," but I'm not by myself. I tend to carry my own, you know. Um, I actually, when I went on my last cruise, I actually got on this guy's bicycle with a taxi, and he was awesome. Okay, he was great. But I thoroughly enjoyed having somebody being on a bicycle taxiing, and he's like, I just work for tips. Okay, I gave him $10 each time, because hey, doing all that pedaling, you still got to give somebody something, right? Mm-hmm. But yes, I'm jobless, but not really. You know, I just got to stop wallowing about the fact I don't have a job. I do have a job. It's just when you're starting out fresh, like for myself, I do a travel agency. I like to do maybe some freelancing, or maybe I can just make this podcast go even stronger. You know what? Subscribe, enjoy. As for me, I'm going to enjoy the thunder and lightning outside. Yes, I love to play in the rain. I love to have a sip of tea every once in a while. And then, maybe there's a memory that just makes you laugh right out loud. Me, it's my best friends, where I grew up with. We grew up together as babies. And I could tell you, when I first met my husband got to know my best friend's father and stuff like that. And he's like, well, if you're going to date Margie, you got to eat a jalapeno pepper. My husband did it. There you go. You got to find ways of keeping your sense of humor up, Even when you are turning 60, or even if you're in your 50s and you're trying to find something new, there's always something that's going to keep you into your own head. It's going to help keep you satisfied with what's going on in the world. Subscribe, catch us on Facebook. Until then, we'll catch you later. Bye.